Hello everyone, welcome back. Kevin with Survivalist Boards. Y'all know the drill. If you're not a member of the forum, get over there and get signed up. Largest survivalist prepping forum on the internet. All right, guys and gals, this is an experiment we're doing. Remember we had an SUV, the first experiment, we had an SUV out here and had the peppers and stuff inside the SUV. Did that experiment and I was somewhat happy with how it turned out. Just a little, it seemed some of the peppers, like the jalapenos, had type of an oil on them. Bell pepper dried up to almost nothing. Tabasco seemed to do the best. So what we're doing now is we're repeating that experiment, but we're doing it out here in the open. That's south, east, west, north behind us. We've got solar screen. I've tried to do this like as if this was some type of post crap hit the fan situation, and use just the equipment people can find. Nothing special, nothing outstanding. Y'all are probably wondering what the screen is. That is solar screen that you can get at just about any hardware store, guys. I put solar screens on my house, did it myself, and this is a screen that was left over. So all this is just solar window screen. That's all it is, no big deal. We can see through it, we can see the peppers here, and here we've got some just exposed out to the sun. I don't know if having that block, I guess I need to move that block out here because that one's under a block, this one is not. So I need to move before we finish. After we finish the video, I'm going to take this center block and move it out here and make them both even. What I'm hoping for is a Dutch oven effect, that this solar screen collects the sunlight, heats it up, heats this the peppers up, and kind of draws air out and creates like a Dutch oven effect, like I said. Also being hot here, that hopefully it would suck a little bit of air in and create a little bit more of a draft, but I do not have a way to measure the draft. And over here we've just got peppers sitting in the sun. We've got to cut them. These were all picked fresh this morning out of my garden. None of this is store-bought. Fresh jalapeno peppers, Tabasco peppers, bell peppers. We've got jalapeno pepper sliced long ways, crossways. Same thing over here. We've got jalapeno pepper sliced long ways. We've got jalapeno pepper sliced crossways. Tabasco peppers have had the ends cut off of them, and with the ends pointing up, except for that one, the ends pointing up so the moisture can come out as they're dehydrating. Same thing here, except we've got a few here that were not, the ends of them were not cut off. So we're running several different little experiments at the same time, trying to decide, should we cut the ends of the jalapeno peppers off and give that moisture a way to vent and come out of the pepper, or just pick them and see which one works best? Bell peppers again, bell pepper. All right, so here we are, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to note the time is that I'm recording this at 10:09 a.m. We're in Southeast Texas. Temperature for the day is supposed to be in the, I got some bugs on there. Just gonna drop that down, get them bugs off there. I just picked this up off the ground earlier. There, little roly-polies, all they are. No big deal. 10:09, ambient air temperature for today is supposed to be around 97, 98 degrees. Towards the middle of the day, I'm gonna bring a meat thermometer out here and sit on top of this and over here and see if we can get some type of ambient air temperature using the meat thermometer. All right, so these have been sitting underneath there for a few minutes. Pick this up, move this out a little bit so they both have air circulating around them. Then we're going to come back in a couple hours and look at them. Here we are 2 hours later, everyone. And it is temperature, two different weather sources, local radio station, weather bug. Both say it's 89 degrees. It's gone up in the past, jumped up a degree in the past 30 minutes or so. Thermometer, it has moved a little bit. I know y'all are saying, Kevin, why are you, Kevin, let me get in the right voice. Kevin, why are you using meat thermometer? Because that's all we have, guys. I mean, that's all I have. We have the weather stations to say how hot the ambient temperature is, but with this black mesh over it, I wanted something to be able to say, like, well, how hot is it? And so I know that the temperature has moved up a little bit. It's probably close to 100 degrees, maybe a little over 100 degrees on that black mesh. Really, not that much in the past 2 hours. Well, yeah, it is. The edges of the peppers are starting to curl a little bit. Looks like a lot of the moisture has come out of the bell peppers Not really that much with the Tabasco peppers. Same thing over here. The bell peppers look like they're losing some of their moisture. Really can't tell underneath the mesh. So, all right, things are looking okay. Been on here just 2 hours. We're going to check this every couple hours and update it, see how it goes along, guys. Alrighty, everyone, we are now 4 hours into the project. 2 different sources for the temperature. WeatherBug says it's 93. Local radio station says it's 94. Thermometer says about 121 degrees or so. Now, this is what I'm wondering. If we take that thermometer, and if we move it over here, I'll tell you what, we're just going to set it over here, just like it was. Same angle, everything, just like that. Is that going to go down? It did, guys. Look at that. It went down to less than 100 degrees. It was 101 over here, touching that black cloth. And so, then moving it over here, picking it up and moving it over, and now it's less than 120 degrees. So that, just moving it right there, we see that the black cloth does raise the temperature. It is raising the temperature a little bit. But I'm wondering, this is why we're doing this experiment. We know that just sitting out in the sun where 93, 94 degrees, it's not going to be getting very hot because of this white tray is not collecting any heat. So I tell you what, guys, what we're going to do, what I want to do. So we're going to take this thermometer and I want to stick it up underneath that cloth right there. And I want to see what it is underneath there. We know there's some of that heat transferring to the vegetables underneath there. So we know on top of the cloth is 122 degrees or so, 121 degrees. But I want to know is the black cloth raising the temperature of the peppers and stuff underneath it. So what I'm looking for is a Dutch oven effect of where it's up above it, and then hopefully slowly raising that temperature just enough, not enough to cook it, not really excessive. Sometimes in the car it got up to 130 degrees, 133 degrees, something like that. So this is what we're just playing around with this, guys. Just kind of playing around. Let's see here. Jalapeno peppers are looking all right. They're drying up nice. Still got that oil residue or something on them. The whole Tabasco peppers, you can't even hardly tell that they're out here. See, the ends of these are starting to dry out. Alrighty, guys and gals, here we are, 3 days. These peppers have been out here for a full 3 days. We put them on Friday morning. Sat here all day Friday, Saturday, and here we are Sunday. So we've got several little experiments going on here. So we've got the jalapeno peppers. We've got some Tabasco peppers, bell peppers, and then we've got one that's covered, one that is uncovered. So the theory was, the idea was, you take this solar screen. Remember, I put solar screens on my house. Cover the peppers with a solar screen and see if it acts like a Dutch oven effect of where heating it up above it will help the peppers dry. So let's roll that back. And earlier in the video we saw how, yes, that the solar screen did help this get up a little bit hotter than this over here. Whenever we took the thermometer out, it was right at 120 degrees. And whenever we took it out and moved it over here, temperature dropped. So we know it was hot. Let's take a look at what we've got here, guys and gals. One experiment is leaving the peppers whole. We see we've got the whole Tabasco peppers here. Put it next to a pepper that had the end snipped off, facing up, and we can see the difference. Big difference. Take these peppers here, compare them, bring a couple of them peppers over here, and we can see the difference. That's cutting the ends off the peppers helped them a lot. Get that moisture out, give that moisture somewhere to escape. It just doesn't apply to peppers. I mean, this applies to other stuff too. Just put it on there whole, no way for the moisture to escape. It's not going to dehydrate very well. I would give that another day or so. It should snap or it should break. It's kind of malleable. But remember, in the car, at the end of the second day, really the end of the first day, the Tabasco peppers were pretty dried. I mean, they were ready to be ground up as spice after 3 days of leaving them in the car. Jalapeno peppers did excellent outside. Let's see here. Jalapeno peppers, I felt, did better outside than they did inside the car. Still kind of, you could probably, like the jalapeno peppers got some type of oil or something in them. So that's sitting outside. Let's compare that to over here. We can see a little bit of, these here shrunk down a little bit more. Take that one there, compare it to this. Seems like the ones underneath the screen got a little bit hotter. And the bell peppers, not very happy with them at all. Bell peppers, I really can't recommend dehydrating the bell peppers. Personally, what I'd do with them is I would use them in some type of salsa. So how did these do underneath the cover? Good, but not as good as inside the car. And I think that the Tabasco peppers over here in direct sunlight did better than the ones that were covered. Just my personal opinion, that these are still malleable, they're still soft. Bend them a little bit, and using the Toyota Highlander, the car, they just crumbled. And over here, yeah, so I really can't see that much of a difference between using the screen over the top of it and not using the screen. I think the screen got, we know for a fact the thermometer, it got a little bit hotter, but I don't know how much it helped. Okay, guys, so far, how does this result? We're doing a series of dehydration tests. So far, Tabasco peppers did best in the car. That within at the end of the first day, with the car facing east and west, north and, well, we did one day north and south, and the next day we turned it east and west. The Tabasco peppers dried up very quick. We reached a temperature of close to 130 in the car. Out here we're just maybe 120. So 10, 15 degrees hotter inside the car. Anyway, guys, no, the inside the car was about 30 degrees hotter than the ambient air temperature. It was around 95 degrees, and inside the car, it was about 135. And here, it got up to about 120 underneath the screen, and over here, it's just going to be ambient air. So using the car was best for the Tabasco peppers, and then out sun-dried, I think was best for the jalapenos. Guys and gals, that's it for now. We're going to keep playing around with this. Okra's coming in. We're going to keep doing these experiments. We're going to be canning some hot sauce, some other stuff. This is just an experiment that we're doing for dehydrating stuff after a crap hit the fan situation. Next is I'm going to get some peaches or some pears. My pear tree, one of my pear trees didn't do so well. I think the hard freeze killed it last year. Something happened to it. But anyway, we're going to get some pears, and we're going to be trying this on some fruit besides just peppers. Hang in there, and I will talk to y'all later.